Salutations, fellow internet use, even though I'm not young. Welcome to Game Grudge, where we a bunch of things. Today is an extra special episode, especially for me and especially for Andrew Interactive, who is with me, because we on one of our old employers, Gamestop. And Andrew gets to live react to this because I didn't tell him anything about it. But also, our Kevin Logisticals Operations Unit is with me. So, Kevin, why don't you say hi?
We're raw dogging this episode today. I mean, BB Boop. That's what I meant to say.
Literally
obviously.
just found out about this like an hour ago when Kevin told me about it. So, this is going to be fun. But Andrew, why don't you say hi too?
I'm so lost.
He is incredibly lost, and it's going to be great. But, so, instead of having a trailer or anything to react to or talk on today, instead, we're going to be doing like we did with the Sony Boy video and talking about a news article. Specifically, Andrew, if you want to pull it up on your phone now since we're screen sharing. Specifically, we're talking about certain GameStop stores that the company is investigating that have refused to sell anybody a Switch 2 pre-order unless they bundle it with things. Specifically, one store has been called out in particular. In what place was it? It was somewhere in Washington. Don't remember the actual store. But it was somewhere in Washington where a guy at GameStop specifically was called out for forcing people to buy bundles, cases, screen protectors, etc. if they wanted to get a Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order. They said that they're claiming they can't process the SKU just for the console, and the person who posted it said that they obviously all know what's going on here. So Andrew, what do you think of this?
Ooh.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right for GameStop. Sounds about right. Yeah, it's
I think he's lost for words right now.
such a great place to work, you know, like it sounds like something old district manager would say to do.
It does. Like, you know, in case, like, if you don't like Far Cry, sell it anyway.
Yeah, if you don't like Far Cry, you know, you can lose your job. You know, it's a crazy wild thing to do.
Yeah,
freaking...
exactly. But Kevin, what do you think about the news?
So, I've been in the field, talking to the people, getting their reactions, even though I can't leave this computer confinement that I'm in. It doesn't surprise me that this is a headline nowadays. What I believe this whole thing, the reasoning behind why they're trying to bundle the Switch 2 with a screen protector, case, or whatever, is because they can't process, and I'm using air quotes here in my coding, they can't process the SKU of whatever the Switch 2 is. Now, can we call a spade and just say that's a bunch of malarkey? And I'm using the PG term there.
I can call a spade and not have to use the PG terms and say that GameStop is, from my own experience, a that forces you to do things that you don't want to do. I know I have that from experience of working there. So, fun times.
Oh yeah. Cause yeah, freaking
huge shout out to the manager that I made cry multiple times. You know who you are if you watch this.
Yeah. Little tiny glasses kid.
Exactly.
But hey, like I can definitely believe this because we've had to do this before. Because what was it with the PlayStation? No, what system was it?
I don't know. It was either the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One. We were there for all of those.
It was the Switch Lite. I think it was the Switch Lite when the Switch Lite came out. It wouldn't count as a sale for us for our record unless we sold a game and a screen protector and a case for it. So
Yep.
no matter if we sold the system, it wouldn't count for us, and we'd get in trouble for not meeting our sales goals if we didn't sell that extra with it.
For those who aren't aware, if you work at GameStop, you have what is your sales goals every single week, and they track them on a nice little app on the computer. That whenever you go over to it, it'll tell you how much money in products you have sold to people, how many pro cards you have gotten, how many
It's a
pro
power
card
rewards.
cancellations you have gotten, how many pre-orders you have gotten, how many of everything that you've done, and certain things like affect everything. And we had to, as employees, actually had to inflate our numbers sometimes, just saying, because by helping each other out, because GameStop as a company never understood if outside variables would affect our numbers. They never understood that. They were just like, oh, obviously if something happens that affects your numbers, that's your fault.
The best part was the complaining about the lack of new power of reward members. Stupid.
Oh,
It's
it
like, how come
was.
you're not getting new power up reward members? Because everyone's already signed up or doesn't want one. What the am I supposed to do, you piece of
Yeah.
Then you're supposed to get new numbers. You need at least 5 a day. How? What do you think this is?
Now, allow me to indulge from just the pure consumer standpoint, or I'm a bot that registers to try to get multiple Switch 2s on the day of their release. Is it not like almost but a guarantee that when someone buys a Switch 2, they're gonna buy something else, like a case, like a screen protector, to begin with? Like a game?
No.
No, I mean, it's not a
lot of-
guarantee, but a lot of
A
people
lot
do
of
it.
times, most of the time, when someone buys a new console, they'll get a game and then come back later for other stuff because it's
Exactly.
so expensive.
That's exactly right. Or there are a lot of people who will get the system and a screen protector. But it's a practice in a lot of corporations nowadays that you have to be like car salesmen and always be like adding on and adding on. It's all about the add-ons and everything. And we even had a district manager who literally said that to us, who was like, "Oh, it's all about the add-ons. Do this." So like, I bet you this GameStop employee, he wasn't being malicious about it. I guarantee you he was doing it because a district
didn't wanna get in
manager
trouble.
or a store manager or a regional manager told him specifically, you have to do this to meet your sales numbers, or you have to do this to help the store's numbers, or whatever, because that is what happens. It just like the corporation breeds that mentality and then it becomes you. And then you end up doing that. And just to let you guys know, GameStop responded to this. GameStop Help on X responded to it, saying they're actively investigating it. Oh, it was Astoria. That's the location. And said any customer who is turned away at the Astoria location in Washington should reach out via DM so we can make it right. I don't know how the hell GameStop's going to make it right.
That's my favorite part of the story.
Yeah.
They'll get a power for rewards for a month for free.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's going to be something stupid like that. Like, oh, we didn't get our pre-order that we wanted, but you know what? Here's a power up reward card.
If I would leave my computer confines. I would pull an Ultron and leave my computer confines if they told me, "Hey, you were turned down, and you know what? Here's power up rewards membership that we're already trying to push on you." I would become sentient, get out of this damn computer, and find that person who told me that, and I will give them a swift talking to. Because what is that gonna do? I'm already out of a console. I'm already out of something I was looking forward to and probably won't get my hands on for the next 7 months. What is that gonna do for me? If anything, I'm accepting a guaranteed pre-order spot for the next wave of Switch 2s, which is probably coming around the holidays.
Yeah.
What it's going to do, my fellow AI, is it's going to save you $5 on the next pre-owned Switch game you buy.
You can shove that up your USB drive, and you know exactly what I'm saying. That is the biggest. Oh gosh, That $5 on what? Mario Party Superstars for $70?
Yeah, I mean, it's instead of the full price, you get $10 off because it's already $5 off anyways.
The rich get richer.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you get an extra $10. You get an extra $10 when you sell your console that we're going to sell for 3 times as much as we sell it for, or we buy it from you for.
Yeah, which, I mean, already people are complaining about the Nintendo Switch 2 prices, and so just to do this is, like, really underhanded. But also, like, I don't want to get too into that because Kevin and John are going to also be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, and they have a completely different take on it. I just want to focus on, oh, hey, GameStop doing really underhanded practices, like, that they're going to, and why people still shop there, I have no idea. That's from my own standpoint because I dislike them. Hey, you people, you if you really want to shop there. But yeah, but I'm glad I got your guys' take on this. And Andrew, I love that I surprised you with it.
I'm very interested to see coming out of all this, and this will be the last I talk about it. How will they make it right? What is the most?
We told you, power up rewards card.
I swear, if that's
legitimately, if anything, and there's been several issues that Aiden and I have seen. Well, Aiden has seen, and I've heard about as an AI and not as an ex-employee. Is every time something like this happens, the most they usually do is a power-up reward sale.
Yeah. Or they give you like a discount code, like a 20%, or like not even 20%. Usually it's like 5%.
It's like a $5
like
reward card.
Yeah, like it's really small. You normally don't get anything for it, so it's like it's going to be a tiny reward, and it's going to be like the people who get it are not going to feel satisfied about that. They're going to be like, well, we got ripped off. Could have gotten our console, but instead we got a $5 gift card.
Let's just say you're the second person in line, and you're like, no, I don't want a screen protector because I'm getting like a third party, whatever.
Yeah.
And you had a Switch guaranteed in your hands. You just got blue-balled by GameStop because you didn't want to buy a damn screen protector. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, now you have the option to partake in the power of reward sale that they're going to offer.
I swear.
But unfortunately, since you're not a Power Up Rewards member, you don't even get to partake in that.
Yeah.
So
I swear.
But cool. Well, you've heard our piece, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like our content, please feel free to subscribe and let us know what you think about GameStop in the comments below. We'd love to hear your hate comments about them and us. And if you want to rip us a new one, I would not be against it. But I have been Aiden, joined by Andrew Interactive, and also our Kevin Logisticals Operations Unit. And we will see you in the next one. Which may or may not
Power to the players.
This is so redonkulous.